Radio or its staff.
MoneyMichelle@gmail.com. I'm monitoring my Gmail account as we speak as well. So there's a couple of different ways to reach out to me during the show. But going back right now, we are starting with the Common App. That is one of the most popular ways to apply to college. Why? Because it's one main application and you're going to be applying to thousands of colleges. Now, each college, of course, will have its own specific requirements, but once you put the bulk of your information into the Common App, an essay, then you will mainly have been able to fulfill most of the application process for a lot of your different schools. So I'm going to show you how to create your Common App. As you can see behind me, I have set up my Money Michelle account. It says, "Welcome Money. Congratulations on taking the first step in the college application process." So the tab that I start with is my dashboard. Let's see if I can be a little bit. What I should do, but in any case, when you first go to Common App, you're going to click on what it says first year student. Oh, yes, there is still a bad echo actually going on air. I'm getting an email from my biggest fan, my husband. All right, I'm going to sign back into my particular specific account. At gmail.com. Let me put that E right there. So you'll see that you will, of course, need to set up your account. Now, I've already set up my account. Oops, let me get over here. I'm being a little bit quiet right now so that we can actually fix the echo. I'm hoping that the echo is getting a little bit better. Not quite yet. Well, in any case,
You're hearing me 3 or 4 times at the same time. But in any case, like I said, you create your Common App. Simply Google commonapp.org. That's how you get to it. Okay, so I'm hearing and seeing that it's a little bit better, but there's still an echo. But let's go ahead and move on. Once you get to your dashboard, it's going to say welcome. Mine says welcome money because it's Money Michelle. Then you start to click on my colleges. Notice that oh yay, we got a good now. All right. Welcome back to the show. Sorry about that echo. Like I said, this is Money Michelle, College Cash. It's all about giving you cash for college. I'm just a mom. We're giving you this information for absolutely free. It's not going to be perfect, but it is going to be available. Okay, so I'm starting to talk about the Common App. I set up my account, I clicked on dashboard right here. You saw that it says welcome to me. Now I'm going to go to my colleges. Before you can do anything, you have to add colleges. So you simply click on go to college search, and I want you to notice that there are 1,084 results, and we're going to go through each one. Just kidding. You're going to be able to put in whatever college it is that you want to apply to in your college search. So might as well start with our favorite Florida school, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, FAMU. I am talking about FAMU specifically too because we are getting very, very close to that application deadline. Thus, the reason why I want to go specifically through the Common App so that we can really make sure those of you who need to apply to school understand how to use the Common App. So I added FAMU. Let's see, who else do we want to add? The FSU deadline, pretty much. If you didn't make that October 15th deadline for FSU, feel bad for you. Let's put in University of Florida. That application is also coming up very, very quickly. It's funny, I'm sure, trying to see me reach over the... Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. All right, so for UF, let's see if I can get that to come up. Sometimes you have to spell your school exactly as it sounded. University of Florida. There we go. And I added the college. Somebody else give me a school. Any school you want to think of, anything you want to hear about. Might as well put in my favorite school that I went to, Hampton University. Hopefully you are seeing how you add these schools. Of course, I need to put in my son's school, Tennessee State. Tennessee State. Well, it is on here, but can't seem to find it right now. So let's see. Let's put in TSU. All right. So notice how you are able to go through and find various schools. All right. I'm not sure why Tennessee State didn't come up this time, but in any case, you see Middle Tennessee. So you're simply going to, let's put in Howard. That one's very simple and easy to spell. Howard University, right there. It doesn't matter what school that you're interested in. If it's in the Common App, and there's over 1,000 of them actually in the Common App, then you're going to be able to load it in there and get it on your application. All right, so we've gone through the college search. Notice once you add your schools in, they're all right here on the side. Now, I know that you can't really see exactly what I'm doing, but I'm going to try to specifically describe it. So I just loaded my schools. I added my schools into the Common App under college search. Once you put the schools in, they appear on your dashboard right here. Florida A&M, Hampton, Howard, University of Florida, over 1,000 different schools to pull from. Then this is where the magic starts. I'm going to actually skip the My Colleges part so that I can show you the Common App part. So this is where you're going to put in all of your personal information. I put in money. I put in Michelle. Then it's going to ask about your other legal name. It's going to ask about your birthday. You have the opportunity to put in your address, your contact details, your demographics. I'm not going to go through all of those, but I am now going to pause at a very important piece in the Common App. And this is what my show is based off of. All right, let's see. I'm getting more and more My husband says my head is blocking the screen. Well, we all know I have a really good. Oh, looks like we were getting ready to go on break, or we've moved right. Well, in any case, let me click on this particular piece right here. It's the Common App Fee Waiver. So, with the Common App Fee Waiver, when you click on that, that is how you're going to be able to put in what you need in order to apply for your schools for free. Here's who's eligible for the Common App Fee Waiver. You're enrolled or eligible to participate in the federal free or reduced lunch program. So for those of you out there, if you get free or reduced lunch in school and you've applied for it, you have to apply for it through your school. Even if your school already gets free and reduced lunch, if you haven't done the application process, it's not going to go into your Common App. So you have to do the application for the free and reduced lunch. You are also, if your annual family income falls within the income eligibility guidelines set by the USDA Food and Nutrition Services, if your family receives public assistance, if you're enrolled in any federal, state, or local program that aids students from low-income families, if you live in subsidized public housing, if you're a ward of the state or an orphan, if you have ever received a Pell Grant, or if you simply are homeless or a foster child. So I want you to understand there are ways for you to apply to school for free. You simply click yes. Then, of course, you're going to sign your name right here, and the rest of it goes through to your counselor. I really, really, really like to talk about that fee waiver because applications can cost around $50. The average application is around $50. So I want you to see there are several different ways to be able to qualify to get those applications for free. So I'm on a different site now. It's just basically an article from U.S. News and Report. And you're going to see that there are several different ways to apply to college for free. Here's 3. First and foremost, the one that I mentioned is by simply clicking on yes in the Common App that you are eligible for a fee waiver. Make sure that you filled out the paperwork to be able to show your counselors that you are eligible for free or reduced lunch. They're going to put it in and they're going to let you see that you can apply to your schools for free. The other simple thing is just ask. All you have to do is ask the colleges. If you're going to college visits, make sure you say, hey, do you all have any fee waivers? If you're attending a webinar online, hey, do y'all have any fee waivers? Remember that applying to college and getting scholarships and getting financial aid, it is a business transaction. Just like when you're buying a car, you have to negotiate. You're not going to get anything if you don't ask. There are schools out there that will waive the application fee waiver simply because you asked them to. Now, of course, there's some that's going, they're going to want your money no matter what. But I want you to understand that you can ask. Then the other thing I'm going to show you, if I can get real fancy in my Common App here, I'm going to go back and show you that there's a way to actually search for schools that don't even charge application fees. There are several of them. In fact, there's a study showing that more than 517 colleges, including some of the highly competitive schools, they don't charge an application fee. Remember, most application fees are around $50. So that's an instant savings there if you simply apply to schools that don't have an application fee in the very beginning. All right, so let's go back into my Common App. I'm going to go back into my college search. Now with the college search, you can click on more filters. First thing it wants to know is what country. We're going to put United States of America. Then you can click on several states, or you can choose to leave the states out and just let more of the options come through. You can also put in your zip code, and maybe you don't want to go more than 500 miles away from school because you want to be able to be an hour plane ride. Simply, you may want to put in the term. So fall 2024. Now here's the part that I want you to see. The application fee. click on no fee. And you're going to be able to get schools that don't charge a fee. So I'm going to show you. It went from over, I think it was 1,084 schools that you can apply for. When I put in no fee, it shows 553 schools in the United States of America that don't charge an application fee. Why is this important? Because if you're really open to going to school and you're really willing to go absolutely anywhere that you can get some money, there's ways to do that. If you want to go and you want to be able to get into school and you're willing to travel and leave the state or leave home, there's easy ways to be able to accomplish your goal. You need some pretty decent grades and some good test scores, but there are ways to do that. First way to start, find schools that don't charge an application fee. So I put that filter in, more than 553 schools came up. Now I want to see something else. Now I'm just kind of, no application fee. You can also click on no essays. I'm getting my signals. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to show you even more ways to specify different things you want in your Comet app.
In Touch Radio, where you can listen to a cruising flow of smooth soul and jazz, today's R&B, a fun touch of hip-hop and gospel.
All my music on one station.
Giving you a buffet of music, news, and entertainment. We're In Touch Radio.
By now, we're all aware of the dangers of COVID-19. Like others with existing health issues, cancer patients are at a high risk due to their compromised condition. If you are newly diagnosed with cancer, your care likely can't wait. Moffitt Cancer Center is the best place for your cancer concerns and to provide guidance to help you plan your next steps. We're here for you. Call 1-888-456-2839 or go to moffitt.org/here for you.
Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer? I got the man to do the legwork for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe we hunted down 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking kids state of Florida. Grab a pen or sundown 184-361-RICK. That's 184-361-7425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, plus your boy statewide. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 184-361-RICK. Call Ricky, ask Ricky is a legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims and giving you the best medical treatment and recovery. Dial 1-844-361-RICK. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky. Ask Ricky.
When you've been injured, you deserve help from an attorney that knows how to handle your injury claim. This is attorney Clinton Paris from the law office of Clinton Paris. For over a decade, I worked for insurance companies, and now I use that knowledge and experience to help people that have been injured. For a free consultation, call me, attorney Clinton Paris, at 813-413-7924. That's 813-413-7924, or at parislawoffice.com. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt. Offices, Riverview.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecue? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
Good afternoon. This is College Cash with Money Michelle. Remember, we're the podcast that's keeping money in your pocket on your educational journey. And I'm Money Michelle, navigating you to nuggets of information worth thousands of dollars. Welcome back. The word of the day is application. Gotta make sure I reference 2 weeks ago where the word of the day was deadline. that November 1st deadline is getting closer and closer. This is one of the last weekends where you'll be able to work on your application so that you can get it turned in by November 1st. Thus, the word of the day today is application. I'm taking you through 3 different ways to apply for school. Some of them are completely free. Right now, we're talking about the Common App, and I'll start back over, let you see my dashboard. When you set up your Common App account, you're going to have your dashboard. Your dashboard is going to show you the different schools that you're actually applying to. After you go to College Search, put in the particular school that you want to apply to. There's over 1,084 schools within the Common App. It's one application where you're mainly putting in the bulk of your information, and then you can apply to your schools. But so let's say we just did the ones that we'll start with the United States of America. Then we're going to choose, let's say you want to go to school in, I don't know, let's pick Tennessee. I'm scrolling down here, right here. And then that's all I want to see are the Tennessee schools. So now you see there's 16 of them. There's Fisk, there's Lincoln, there's Middle Tennessee, University of Memphis. So you have a lot of your different schools that are right there in Tennessee. You're like, okay, I don't want to go to school in Tennessee. I want to go to school in Texas. All right. Now we've got 35 schools that you can pick from Texas. That's my state. All right. Now let's get to where we actually live at. We'll say, where's Florida? Right here. Coming up. There's Florida. Okay. So 36 different schools that you can apply to in Florida. What I'm showing you is the quick way to go through your Common App College Search and find the schools that you want to apply to. So we've got Eckerd College, which Eckerd College is a very unique school that I'm going to talk about on a whole nother application that it's on as well. We have your Florida A&M, your Florida Atlantic, Florida Gulf Coast. I could go through all 36 of the Florida schools that are on the Common App, but I mainly wanted you to see how to get to them as quickly as possible. Then I also want you to see, because you know I'm all about saving that money. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to go back to just Florida, and I want to be able to put in fall 2024, and I want to see which Florida schools can you apply to for completely free. There's 13 of them. They don't even charge an application fee. Barry University in Miami, Florida Institute of Technology, Florida Memorial, absolutely no application fee whatsoever. Florida Southern, New College of Florida. So there's 13 different colleges within Florida. They don't even charge application fees whatsoever. And that does not include your community colleges. Hillsborough Community College, their application is online and it's completely free. SPC, they have various application days at various high schools where they waive their application fee. SPC application fee is normally around $40. Listen to your high school counselors. Look for the websites. Look for the advertisements for when your schools are going to have their free application days. I know over at Robinson High School, when I was a volunteer in the Cube, various schools would visit the school, and they could be from all over. It could be some of your, your really higher end colleges and universities, but when they would come and visit the school, if you would go as a student to their presentation, they would waive the application fee. Some application fees, I think University of Miami, I think their fee was around $70. Some of these application fees are really high, but by simply going to the presentations, sometimes you can get that application fee waived. Again, I always like to make sure I tell us this. College, applying to universities, going to college, financial aid, scholarships, it is a business transaction. So unless you are willing to open your mouth and ask for a discount or ask for something free, you're going to keep paying top dollars. So the word of the day, application, Money Michelle, always about either A, getting you money or keeping money in your pocket. All right, so let's go back now to my Common App. Very important section in the Common App. Right down here, it's the Common App fee waiver. Wanted to make sure for those of you just tuning in, The Common App itself has a fee waiver. What that app will do when you click on yes, if you qualify, the only way to find out if you qualify is to click yes, and your counselors will let you know if you've applied to free and reduced lunch and you're on free and reduced lunch. If you already have an SAT or an ACT fee waiver, then you're going to qualify. If you receive public assistance, if you live in federally subsidized public housing, you're in foster care, you're a ward of the state or an orphan, you already received the Pell Grant, you can get a Common App fee waiver. What that does, that's like the golden ticket. That allows you to apply to all 1,084 schools. I don't suggest that you actually do that, but it lets you apply to all of the schools completely for free. So I want to make sure, once again, everyone knows where that button is. Go into the Common App, click on it. Down here, once you get to the various questions, one of the most important questions, Common App fee waiver, click yes. And then your counselors will be able to let you know if you actually qualify. Now I'm going to go back to my dashboard. On my dashboard, we've picked Eckerd, FAMU, Hampton, Howard, University of Florida. This is really important because a lot of students think, okay, I did my Common App. I put in my profile information. I did my address, my contact details, my demographics, my various opportunities for the different languages that I'm proficient in. So they put in a lot of their personal information. That's just the first step. One thing about applying to college, when you think you're done, you're not. So that was the first step. It's under your profile. The next step is now you click on family. And I'm going through all of these tabs for two reasons. One, so that you actually know where they are and that they exist. But the main reason is so you please don't wait till October 31st to do all this stuff, because it's a lot. That's why we're starting today. Moms, grandmas, parents, aunties, sisters, yourself if you're a student, listen to what I'm saying right now. You want to make that November 1st deadline in order to be eligible for the most amount of scholarship money. You do not want to wait until Halloween, October 31st, to try to fill this thing out, because there's a lot to it. I showed you the profile. Now I clicked on the family tab. It's asking about your household, your parents, even your brothers and sisters. I mean, the Common App, they get real specific on the information that they want. And the reason why is because they want to help you find money. It's not about being nosy. It's about being able to help you with scholarship money. Okay, I'm getting some stuff in my ear. What does that mean? We got a caller, or that's just some fun? We playing a game? What we doing? I don't know, but that was like really cool. All right, so now I clicked on family. I showed you all of the different things they're going to want to know about your family. Now I click on education. It's going to want to know, of course, where you went to school. Will you graduate early? But look at all of these other tabs just from the education tab. Colleges, grades. Let's click that. All right. Your graduating class size. It's going to have some really interesting, like your rank and reporting. You can get this information off of your transcript. Where do you get your transcript from? In it's different everywhere. So if you have a student portal for your high school, a lot of time you can pull your own transcript. If you don't know or you don't have one, ask your counselor. But you're going to need your transcript when you're filling out your Common App. You also are going to need to put in your GPA. So lots of information you'll need to put in about your grades. Looks like we're going to another break. I'm Money Michelle. We'll be right back.
Radio is smooth soul.
Rocking your radio on the sounds of soul.
Playing your favorite R&B. In Touch Radio.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call Herman White at 961-6661. That's 961-6661.
Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer? I got the man to do the legwork for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe we hunted. Down 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking care of state of Florida. Grab a pen or sundown. 1-800-361-RICK. That's 1-800-361-7425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, push your boy statewide. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 1-800-361-RICK. Call Ricky, ask Ricky is a legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims and getting you the best medical treatment and recovery. Dial 1-844-361-RICK. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky. Ask Ricky.
We're playing your favorite old school. Today's R&B. With a smooth touch of jazz. You're listening to In Touch Radio.
Good afternoon. This is College Cash, and I am Money Michelle. Remember, this is all about keeping cash in your pocket or getting it in your pocket during your educational journey. And my goal is to educate you and show you and navigate you to nuggets of information worth thousands of dollars. Right now, today's day word is application. Quickly, because this time is going by fast, we've been covering the Common App, and I'm going to go back into the Common App. I do want you, if you're just joining us, to know that we're also going to go through the Common Black College app, and we're also going to go through an application you may have never heard of. I actually just learned more about it myself, which is called the Coalition for College app. And then, of course, Hillsborough Community College. You can always Google whatever school it is you want to go to, FAMU, USF, FU, wherever. Didn't mean to say FU, sorry. UF. I know y'all was cracking up at me. Anyway, yeah, that's Full University. There we go. That's right. Hampton, Howard, wherever. You can always Google the school you want to go to and apply directly on their website. I personally don't suggest that because they're going to charge you for each application. And even inside the Common App, they charge you for each application as well. But I can show you some of the schools where you can actually do that for free. So I just wanted to make sure you also know the reason why we are talking about application and scrolling through the information. Most applications are around $50. So a quick way to save money in your educational journey is to figure out how to apply to schools for free. Biggest way that I want to keep mentioning all throughout this show, ask. It's a very simple word. Just ask. If you're on a visit at a school, which could be virtually, it could be on a webinar, it could be you physically went there, it could be you're in your high school and the school has come to visit you, just ask. Ask for a fee waiver. If you don't remember that word, ask, how can I apply for free? Okay? You got to ask. That's the main way. There are so many of them out there. Sometimes you can just ask your high school counselor for a fee waiver. And your high school counselor can also point you the way on the Common App on how to get to their fee waiver. All right, so just in case, because I don't want anyone to miss this, inside of the Common App, if you are on profile in the Common App, down here at the bottom, Common App fee waiver. Click yes. You will be able to find out if you qualify for a fee waiver or not. But I just want to make sure you understand that the button is there.
Okay, so I'm going back into, that was profile. We did family. We did education. I want you to see on the side of your Common App, there are multiple tabs just on the side. All right. Each tab, once you click on it, has multiple tabs at the bottom. All this information has to be filled out. The Common App is a beast. It's not something you're going to sit down and do October 31st if you're trying to make that November 1st deadline. It's something you need to do over some time, like do a tab here, a tab there, a couple of pieces every now and then. You don't just do this thing all in one sitting. Okay, so I've spent, 30 minutes. I'm just in like 2 tabs. I haven't even gotten to the schools yet. All right, so we did education. Notice that you're going to need to put in your grades right there. It's going to ask you your GPA. There's a great opportunity for you as well to be able to put in if you were in honor schools, if you were working with any of your community-based organizations. There's an area for future plans. Okay, so what are you planning on doing? Are you a first-year student? Even if you've taken dual enrollment in high school, you are still a first-year student when you're applying to college. It doesn't matter if you have your whole associate's degree through your high school. If this is going to be the first year that you're setting foot on a college campus, then you are applying as a first-year student planning to start college in 2023 or 2024. So I want to make sure you understand that you are a first-year student, even though you may have some college credits, or even though you may have an associate's degree through dual enrollment in high school, you're a first-time college student. Testing. So it's going to ask you about the different tests that you've taken. You can go to, now this is another really important section when it comes to getting some money. These are your various activities. An activity doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's basically what you do when you're not at school. So let's make sure you understand. Some of you, maybe you've never been in a club. Maybe you've never done arts or music, but perhaps you work. That is an activity, and that is a very important activity. So make sure you list that information. Hobbies. Maybe you are an avid video game player, and perhaps you've won some of the different contests that are out there for playing video games. It's whatever it is that you do when you're awake and not in school. That is an activity. It can be a club, it can be volunteering, it can be community engagement. It can even be family responsibilities. Let's click on that. I hadn't even noticed that. What are family responsibilities? Family responsibilities come in many forms and can be permanent or temporary. Caring for your own children, supervising a younger sibling, regularly assisting with a grandparent, an older adult, routinely taking care of household tasks like cooking, cleaning, running errands, working to provide family income. Like I said, if you're awake and you're not at school, it's an activity. Put it in here. You never know what will be beneficial to you based on what school that you're going to. So make sure you list it. So you click yes. You always have an activity to report, and it lets you put in numerous, like 10 different activities it'll let you list. So to go through it, you say what type of an activity it is. I mean, it's got academic, art, athletics, cultural, family responsibilities. That's a new one. I don't remember seeing that one before. Foreign languages. So literally anything you do when you're awake and you're not in school is an activity. Put it on here. Colleges love leadership positions. So if you are in a club and let's say you're president of something, make sure you list that. If you're on a sports team and you are, I'm horrible at sports. So somebody please tell me. Basketball. What are you? What is a basketball person in? What are they called? The head.
Oh, like they're the players.
The players, right? But isn't there like a main player? The
like shooting guard, point guard.
Yeah, I mean whatever it is. I'm looking for what is the word I'm looking for when you're like the
coach.
Not the coach, but the kid coach, like the leader of the team.
Captain. Oh yeah, captain.
That's the word. Captain. Knew it somewhere out there. So if you are in a sporting activity and you're the captain of the team, list that. That's important. So many students think they don't have anything to put in the activity section. That's literally impossible. You are awake and you're not in school, so you're doing something. Put that on your Common App as an activity. Then we get to, let's go back to the activities, and I want to show you the various sections. Like you can put up to 9 or 10 different activities. Now let's go into writing. The personal essay. Some colleges are going to require that you have a personal essay. The schools that I have on here, all of them are going to require it. Your Eckerd, your FAMU, your Hampton, Howard, University of Florida. So for those different schools, you're going to have to write a personal essay. They have many different questions. You may have a background, identity, interest, or talent that's meaningful. You want to write about that. You may have incurred some obstacles, something that has been difficult for you, and you were able to overcome it. You could write about that. Perhaps there's something that questioned your belief or an idea. You can reflect on something that someone's done for you. It could be your mom, your dad, your sister, your teacher. Understand that your personal essay is yours, and it's what you've been through in your life. There are 7 different prompts that you can choose from. The last one is share an essay on any topic of your choice. It could actually be one you've already written, one that responds to a different prompt, one of your own design. You've been in English class. You had to have in order to graduate. You've taken an English class. You've written an essay. Worst case scenario, use one of those essays. Like I said, that's worst case scenario. I'm not saying to do that, but if you have to, because it's October 31st and you waited till the last minute, understand that you can do pretty much anything that you can think of for your personal essay. Now, I am talking about simply getting into college. I'm not talking about when you're applying to like your Ivy Leagues or your harder to get into schools. If you're applying to like University of Florida, you better put a whole lot of thought into that personal essay. Okay, so for different schools require different levels of effort in your Common App. But I do want you to know there's many of them that are going to require the personal essay. Now, for those of you who are like, personal essay, what? I'm not doing that. I got something for you too. Let's go back to the dashboard, go back to my colleges, go back to add a college. And remember how we were able to put in the filters and we were able to see, okay, what schools in the United States of America will allow you to apply for free. So now look whatever little trick you have. Let's say you don't want to pay an application fee. You do not want to write a Common App personal essay. You also don't even want to write any additional college-specific essays. 246 schools. That's the list. Barry University in Miami is still on that list. So that means for Barry, all you have to do is fill out the stuff in your Common App. You're not going to have to write an extra essay. You're not going to have to write and answer additional questions. So depending on what level of effort you want to put into your Common App, it's up to you how much work you want to do and what different schools you want to apply to. There are some, never required. If you don't want to take standardized tests, you don't want to write a Common App essay, you don't want to write additional college-specific schools, you don't even want to get a letter of recommendation, there's still 117 different schools that you can apply to. Okay, Barry finally fell off that list. You're going to have to do a little something to get into Barry, but not very much. So when we come back, because we're about to go through to a different break, we are going to move on from the Common App and actually talk a little bit more about the Common Black app and, of course, mention the Coalition app. I'm Money Michelle, College Cash. We'll be right back.
In Touch Radio, the most loved station across the nation. In Touch Radio. Tell a friend. In Touch Radio. We're playing your favorite old school. touch of jazz. You're listening to In Touch Radio.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecue? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
Jazz at Miss Connie's House is brought to you by Ray Williams Funeral Home, providing the highest quality, professional, and caring service for your family. Call Jeffrey Rhodes at 813-253-3419. That's 813-253-3419. Or visit him at 301 North Howard Avenue, Tampa, Florida. Ray Williams Funeral Home, for the finest care and quality service.
When you've been injured, you deserve help from an attorney that knows how to handle your injury claim. This is attorney Clinton Paris from the law office of Clinton Paris. For over a decade, I worked for insurance companies, and now I use that knowledge and experience to help people that have been injured. For a free consultation, call me, attorney Clinton Paris, at 813-413-7924. That's 813-413-7924, or at parislawoffice.com. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being hurt. Offices, Riverview.
We're playing your favorite old school. Today's R&B. With a smooth touch of jazz. You're listening to In Touch Radio.
Hello, I am Muddy Michelle. Welcome back to College Cash. This is all about keeping cash in your pocket during your educational journey, and I'm going to navigate you to nuggets of information worth thousands of dollars. This is an interactive show, so if you have a question, feel free to call in, or you can even email me at moneymichelle@gmail.com. I had a quick question about a good art school, and so I just pulled up SCAD here. This school is an amazing school for whether you're in theater, whether you're in computer design. They actually even have a major, I'll see if I can find it, that is sneaker design. You can major in designing tennis shoes. So let's see if I don't know if there's accessory design. Let's see, view that program. There it is right there. You literally can major in designing sneakers. Now, it is a very expensive school to go to, but it does exist. The phone number, once again, is 813-444-9588. We're getting down to the last few minutes of our show. I'm still talking about the Common App. If you're in the middle of doing your Common App and you've got a question, please call in. That's what I'm here for. I'm a mom. Everything I say on the show is basically my opinion. I've been fortunate enough to get my son about $700,000 worth of scholarship money from various schools. But this is all about being able to provide information for you for free, because there's so many families out there that hire education consultants, and they can be costly. I want those of you who can't do that to still have access to the information, even if it is just for an hour on Saturdays at 2 o'clock. So let's go back. I'm getting ready to finish up my Common App. I think I went through all of the different sections. We did profile. Yep, we did profile, family, education, testing, activities, writing, course, and grades. Now, just when you think you're finished, like I said, you're not. So we're going to click on FAM. So you did all that stuff under the Common App. Now you still need to go back to my colleges. I have Eckerd, FAM, Hampton, Howard, University of Florida. So for those of you applying to FAM, please get that done before November 1st. You're now going to click on this FAMU tab. There's a drop-down box, and it goes to questions. So now it's going to have the general questions. You'll answer those. Then it's going to have the academic questions. Then it's going to ask military information.
This is a very important one right here. Disciplinary information. For those of you who may have gotten into a little trouble, you're just going to have to click yes. And guess what drops down? Please explain. So I don't want any of you out there, if you've gotten a little trouble, it's not too late. Fam, many of the other schools are going to give you an opportunity to explain what happened. I just want you to see that question is on there so that if you haven't gotten into any trouble, maybe you will realize you don't want to get into any trouble because there is a disciplinary information question on your Common App. Then the other thing it's going to want you to do, this is such a fancy word, FERPA. I don't even remember what it stands for, but basically just to make sure you know you have to do it, you're going to click on where you have to sign your FERPA, and it's going to allow your counselors to basically be able to, it's giving your counselors permission to share your information with schools. And it's just basically something you're going to have to click on, something you're going to have to do. It allows your recommenders to be able to write you letters of recommendation without you having to read them. So the way that you're going to connect your FERPA with your counselor, it's different per high school. So you're going to have to ask your counselor how they want you to do that. Sign your FERPA. It's just something you have to do. So wanted you to see those additional drop-down questions. So after you do the Common App information, you're going to have the questions, sign your FERPA, be able to send out the information for your people who are going to write your recommendations. You'll put their emails in, and they will, of course, get the notification that you want them to write you a letter of recommendation. So let's go to a different school. So that one was FAMU. Let's see. Let's go back to our dashboard. Go back to my colleges. And let's go to University of Florida. See what other information they want. What are some of their questions? So you click on questions. They have general. They have academics, family, emergency contact, honors program consideration. They even have additional questions from that. An additional essay. They're going to want your Florida residency, proof of residency, another conduct disclosure. I'm telling you guys, please don't get in trouble. It is just not worth it because you will have to put that information on your Common App. All right, only about 7 minutes left. Again, 7 minutes. So if you got any questions, I'm here. Call me, email me. My email is money, M-O-N-E-Y, Michelle, M-I-C-H-E-L-L-E, @gmail.com. So I promised that we were going to go through a couple of other applications. I love this one. This is the Common Black College app. It's one application again. This one does, the Common App was free because you actually pay an application fee per school unless you have a fee waiver or unless you've selected schools that don't have an application cost. But to fill out the Common App itself is completely free. To fill out the Common Black app, however, is $20. The reason why, and there's no fee waiver, you're going to pay the $20, but look what happens. You have all of these different schools that you are applying to. It's 65 HBCUs. And these 65 HBCUs all have their own application fee. Well, they've come together in the Common Black College app that for just the one $20, you're now applying to 65 different schools. Bethune-Cookman is on here, Central State University, Norfolk State University. Norfolk State is actually playing Howard University for their homecoming. My mom is there. Shout out to my mommy, Miss Cynthia Ragland, known as Gigi. Oh, here's Tennessee State. I was wondering why they weren't on the Common App. So Tennessee State is on the Common Black College app. So they have joined together with the other 65 HBCUs so that you pay the $20 and you've applied now to 65 different schools. Let's see, you have your Virginia State, Virginia Union, Jackson State. I'm sure many of you have heard of Jackson State University. That's on the Black Common app. There's also the other one, Edward Waters University here in Florida, Florida Memorial University here in Florida. So let's see, if you do Florida Memorial, Bethune-Cookman, Edward Waters, right there, that's 3 different schools for just $20 versus the cost that it would take per application if they aren't already a free application school. So once again, $20, 65 different schools. I'm hoping that one day we'll be able to interview the gentleman who actually invented the Common Black app. It's absolutely amazing what he's been able to do in the service that he's offering students for just $20. All right, so 4 minutes left. I'm telling you, you only got 4 minutes if you want to call me and ask me your questions. Okay, this one is, I don't have a lot of information on the Coalition for College app, but I want to talk about it just so that you can understand what it is. There's only about 150 colleges in the Coalition for College application. That's some of the top 150 colleges and universities working together to help you learn about, prepare for, and apply to college. What this has done, schools actually have to meet eligibility requirements in order to become a part of the Coalition College app. Here's why. You have to be able to, here it is, member eligibility criteria. In order to fulfill the mission to increase college access, affordability, and success for all students, particularly those from historically underrepresented groups, the coalition, that means the schools that are 150 schools that are within this application, they have to be able to provide substantial support to lower income, under-resourced, and or first-generation students. So if you already know you're in a situation where you're going to need the most financial support, you may want to simply go to the Coalition for College application and apply through the Coalition for College application. When you apply to the coalition schools, you're going to be able to go into their particular site that will allow you to put your information in. Once again, it makes it a lot easier to be able to apply to multiple schools. You can know that you're applying to schools that are, they've been screened to know that they're going to be able to provide additional financial support. So I wanted to show you a couple of those schools. You can actually see what they are by state. So let's go to that list by states. Let's scroll down to Florida. And real quick, Florida Southern, Palm Beach, Atlanta, University of Florida, University of Tampa. So wanted to make sure you at least knew about the Coalition for College. Looks like this hour has flown by. Thank you so much for bearing with us for a couple of the technical difficulties that we had at the beginning. But remember, I'm a mom. This is free. We're doing the best we can. Toodaloo!